Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to Barely Holding On. I'm Kierney.
And I'm Ryan.
Every time we do that, I'm scared that I'm going to say I'm Ryan.
Didn't you do that
I
one
did
time?
that once very early on.
Oh my gosh.
And every single time my brain's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do
That
it.
would stress me
You're
out.
Kierney. You're Kierney. You're Kierney.
This is who I am.
You're not Ryan. You're not Ryan. Am I? You're not Ryan. Anyways.
Oh, hi. Yeah, welcome
back. Thanks for being here. I just want to call out, we hit 250 plays on
so
Spotify.
excited. I love it. I'm
and
so
that's
excited.
a cute little milestone.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. It's fun. I just enjoy, we enjoy doing this, and thank you for listening, whether it's one episode or all of them, or you've listened to 2 minutes of it. We appreciate it, and this is fun to do for us. So
It is.
we're glad you enjoy. And if you don't tell me about it. So
Just hate watch. You can hate watch.
Oh,
just give us
honestly,
the views. Honestly,
better
go
idea.
ahead.
Hate watch.
Yeah. If you really hate
Love
it, you can just
you.
send it to all your friends and have them also watch
And just
it.
shit talk it. Yeah.
Yeah. But not in our comments.
What is that? Even bad publicity is
Good.
Nope, that's not how that
Even
goes.
bad publicity is good publicity, or free publicity is good publicity.
Or any.
No.
I think the moral of the story is publicity's
I love engagement.
thumbs up. I love engagement.
I love engagement.
Okay.
I love it.
Media of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. I think mine is probably shorter.
Oh, okay.
So, Love is Blind new season dropped on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
This is not any spoilers. I'm just going to talk. I have some takes
Okay.
just on the format of the show at this point, and just what I've noticed now, having watched a few seasons. And I don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. It's entertaining to watch. Obviously, it's reality TV, and I think the concept is interesting. But I just Ken and I watched it together.
Okay.
And we were watching it, and he kind of pointed it out, and then I kind of pointed, and we started joking about there are so many times where, we're in the pods and a couple is talking, whatever, and someone says something, the other person goes, I love that. I love that. Or, oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
That's amazing.
I love to hear it.
That. I love to hear it.
Well, you're really checking those boxes.
Yeah, and just oh my gosh, that's just perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. And here's the thing.
It's giving discussion board.
Yeah. Yes. And here's the thing. I've thought about it a little since then. We were watching over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I think there is something to be said about the fact that they do this experiment, quote unquote, right? That's the whole purpose of the show.
Yeah.
Is that you're not seeing the other person, so you're solely this is all obvious stuff, but I'm breaking it down here. Stay with me.
Is love
You're
truly blind?
Well, you're sticking with just talking to the other person, right? So there's no body language that you can use. There's no facial expressions that you can use.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to give these people the benefit of the doubt is my point, because I'm assuming that part of the experiment, not being able to use your face or your body at all,
So hard.
is that you your brain subconsciously is filling those gaps. And that's why there's so much I love that. That's so great. Oh, I love hearing that. That's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. You're amazing. It's filling those gaps of things that you would normally communicate with eye contact, or
smile.
a touch on the knee, or
Yeah.
a smile, or you know what I mean? I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt there, but it's so fucking annoying sometimes. And I think it's so funny that I've watched, this is either my third or fourth season. I haven't watched all of them, but it is so easy to see this is this happens every season.
Oh yeah.
These same things that I love. That's amazing. All of those, it's the same. Some of it is the same behavior that happens over and over again. And so I almost feel maybe there's also a little oh fuck no, what's the word? Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Involved.
Yeah.
Not obviously to that extent of
It's
someone,
trauma bonding.
In a way.
Yeah.
It's okay, this is actually maybe
Uh-oh.
a more familiar analogy for you and I.
Okay.
Is the way I think about it maybe too is when you're in a show together.
I was just thinking that, a showman.
When you're in a show, yes, it's almost like a
Totally.
showman's type thing, right? Because you're limiting
outside world.
You're limiting the pool of people that you might have interest in simply because there's proximity.
Love force
there's
proximity.
frequency of how often you're interacting with someone. And so obviously like, and look, I'm not like a fucking like, this isn't a revelation. I'm not saying anything crazy
Speak your truth
new about Love is Blind. But I just think I think that's kind of where the show fails often, is that obviously I think it's a very interesting concept to just look at like, is love blind?
Yeah.
Can you fall in love with someone and stay in love with someone just like when the initial part of your relationship was just like hearing each other?
I wish they put some like uggos on there though.
We're not even going to talk about the lack of diversity.
Yeah, it's really rough.
It's so fucking apparent, especially this season. And I'm sick of seeing
but I wonder where they
only one body type for the women. I'm sick of
Yeah.
seeing mainly fucking white people, especially in a city that is as diverse as Minneapolis is. How the fuck did we wind up with like
Well, other people are probably smarter to
three
go on it
people
other
of
than
color?
like
Like I just don't. It's so. Yeah, it is some dumb white people shit.
It's
I mean, like,
it's dumb white people shit.
That's
Like other
fair.
people are like, why would I do that?
But it's
What
just
the
like
fuck?
I'm like, it's Netflix. I'm not surprised.
And also it's like the producing.
It's
and
reality
editing.
TV. I'm not surprised.
If
But
you were single, would you go on it? Is there like a dating show?
I
If you were
don't
single, or if you had to pick
think
out of all the dating
so.
shows,
Like,
if you had to pick out of one dating show, what one would you pick to go on?
honestly, I don't know. I think, okay, I do think it would be absolute chaos, but kind of fun to do Perfect Match. Oh my god,
that'd be
evil. It's evil.
It's so bad.
It's so evil. And I think for that
So
reason,
like you can like them, but if they think that their personalities work better for the matching and everything of like shuffling people
like
around,
the
they'll break it
strategy.
up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think that if I were single and I was
Mm-hmm.
in like a messy single era, that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be really
That'd
fun.
be fun.
I feel like I'd really like Love Island or
yeah.
but like I don't really watch these shows. Like I'm saying this, and I'm also
I don't
like,
watch a lot of them. Yeah.
But a show that I'm going to apply for. I think I'm really gonna do it. I want to be on The Circle. I could really just see myself going, okay, Circle. It's the same thing of like when you're isolated, you're like. You have to say like, okay, smiley face, send, and like just all like how like extra it is. I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, I could see.
But I
you.
think I want to play as someone else. I
Yeah.
don't think I'm gonna play as myself.
Yeah.
So that's
I can see
the
you
only
doing
thing.
that.
Oh, I want it.
Easy. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still going to watch Love is Blind.
How
It's
far are you?
entertaining. We're not out of the pods yet. That's my other fucking thing.
Takes forever.
Holy fucking shit. Do we need 6 episodes in the
No.
6?
Half of the people don't even get screen time,
No.
let alone like why are we
Right.
focusing
It's like
on these
we're
people?
having, and I'm also watching the same conversations. You guys aren't having anything new. None of these things that are happening, the relationships that are happening, none of them are like, wow, that's so fresh and new.
No, the one of them they were like literally talking about sex half the time, and I'm like, it's the first episode. It's like the second day you guys are talking to
There's
each other.
always at least one couple
He's so ick.
that it's
That
there.
guy.
I don't know which one you're talking about, but we'll.
Oh no, I want to get into this. I want to.
Which
no,
one?
So this is the first episode. So this isn't really like spoiling, right? He literally said, oh, I forgot what his name is. Something with it's probably a D name or something. And he was like, yeah, the reason why I'm on here is because I was really mean to girls and I was really like bad with dating, and because he works in
Medical device sales.
No, he works in cosmetic like
That's part of.
yeah.
That's part of. Like what he does
Yeah,
or
I guess
something, or
he's
he has
like,
multiple
yeah,
business or something.
I just
Oh,
feel
no,
like
I
that's
know.
what a
And
woman
someone-
should look like. And
no,
like,
and
I
one
always
of the
end up
first
correcting her.
girls that he like is shown to have a date with in the pods. He's like, so how old are you? And she's like 30. And he's like, oh, so you're not attractive anymore. And he's like trying to make a joke. And yeah.
She goes, am I gonna leave?
He doesn't get much better, obviously. And he is the fucking surprise. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but not really. I'm also not done with even getting out of the pod. So who fucking knows how worse it gets, or maybe he does turn around. But like, shocker, he's the tip. There's always at least one of them in every fucking season of
So
Love is
gross.
Blind. He's the guy who was like, well, you know, like I have like cheated before and like I've struggled with integrity before, but like, you know, I guess like I'm just like ready. Like, fuck off. Nope, fuck off.
And
fuck
also
off.
for a girl to make excuses for a guy and you still haven't seen him, I'd be like, hell no. I'm like, no thanks. You're gonna base solely on personality, and that's what you're gonna pick.
And this is what I mean, is that I think just the sheer fact that there's only so many people, sure, give it a go, I guess. Try for a relationship with the person because they're the one that you think you have the best shot with within this small limited pool.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, pal. I almost said fellas. And I don't know why.
Ladies.
Here's the thing, ladies. Like and there is one girl on the show who is definitely like I really respect the way that she goes about things because she, I think her name is Meg.
Is it the artist?
No.
No, she was trauma dumping real fast and I got nervous.
No, that's Madison. I really like her. But there's been a couple things where I'm like, oh.
I was like, that's me.
Meg
you put a drink in me on a date and I'm like, let me tell you my life.
Meg has like the shorter blonde hair. She's like very mature and just very like.
Maybe I haven't gotten a lot of her
little
yet.
bit of like a spiritual child. And I think she's a nurse. There's a couple nurses. Anyways,
it's like either like,
but I really like
bachelor's for the dental assistants and then Love Is Blind is for the nurses.
Yeah, I know. But what I really like about Meg is that she's like she's like, I mean, I want it to work, but if I'm not going to be the choice, I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Like it's either going to work out or it isn't. And I want this person to be happy regardless. And I wish more fucking people had that attitude on the show because I just think they get in this little like, they're like, oh, I need to find a match. I want more
screen time.
And you know, I get it.
Yeah.
That's part of the experiment, but I'm just kind of over parts of it where it's like, I don't need to watch 6 episodes in the fucking pods.
No, I don't need it.
When you guys are saying the same shit season over season, you're having the same, there's like, and this is like, we're falling into like archetypes now. Like this show has been going on for so many seasons that now there's always like at least a few different relationship archetypes that the boxes are getting checked every
like we
season.
need like a love triangle. We need like different things. We need like the goofy one.
There's always a foursome where like there's miscommunication on who's number 1, number 2, and like where the choices lie. And there's always
like,
some
I'm not gonna say who my number 1 choice is, but like who's yours? And they say like, yeah, I don't think anyone else. Like everyone knows. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like
that redhead girl. She gives me flashback, like war flashbacks of Mean Girls.
I have mixed.
Like, I've never dated anyone, but I've hooked up with them, and I go, there's a reason. Because you seem a little unstable currently, and you're scaring me.
I have mixed feelings on her. But anyways, LOL at when I was like, my media of the day will probably be shorter.
Oh, yeah. No, mine's going to be really quick. Because, okay, so I just want to touch base on what happened at the governor's.
Touch base. No, let's dig in.
With the governor's ball and the performance of the finale from Les Misérables. Misérables.
Les Misérables.
I didn't know how much I was gonna say, and then I just ended up. I kept going, and I'm like, "Wait, how do I end this? Land the plane! Land the plane!"
Oh, look at me! I'm your inner voice now. Oh, did you say I hit the tower?
I didn't mean to. It came out. I've been watching. Look, my Instagram reels are struggle buses right now, and a lot of it is 9/11 jokes. I will.
Okay, and we're moving on. And we're moving on.
God bless America. So, that performance was a very interesting choice, and I think that there's something to be said about a song about revolution being performed in front of these people, and they're probably thinking they're the revolution.
Who, Ryan? In front of who?
Oh, just a little president.
The president?
El Presidente
of the United States?
And the First Lady? Yeah.
And Ryan, walk us through the song choice from Les Mis that was chosen by it was the choir from the U.S. Army.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. It was the U.S. Army.
Walk us through. Give us a little analysis of said song.
All right. So this song is called Do You Hear the People Sing? Now, already, we're fully getting into revolution. We're getting into.
And sorry, let's back up for just a sec.
Let's even say how it opens, how the song opens.
And let's back up for just a hot sec for those who maybe, I don't know, live under a rock and don't know what Les Mis is.
Oh.
What is the premise of the musical Les Mis?
The French Revolution.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Thank you. I kind of needed that. I think my reading not reading.
Oh, I haven't heard that one in a while.
No, my reading comprehension today was off in class. I looked at it and I said that under my breath. I go, I think my reading comprehension is at an all-time 0. And all like the girls kind of snickered around me and they go, no, actually we have no idea what's happening. And I go, oh, okay, cool. So this is like gibberish.
Not just me.
So this is how the song opens. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Ugh, chills.
So
I'm not a huge okay, we know that I'm not a huge musical person generally.
Oh.
I like Les Mis. I've never seen the musical. I've seen the film adaptation.
Have you listened to
which was pretty good.
The music separately than the film?
Not really. Maybe a little bit.
The 25th anniversary version is so good.
And I know it's funny because again, we've talked about this. I have cheesiness syndrome with musicals that I have to work through.
Not this.
Sometimes. But Les Mis is it's so good.
It's banger after banger. It has a great meaning.
And it's just the content, the time and history that it focuses on it. It's incredible. So anyways, sorry.
Yeah, no, and I just kind of saw that popping up, and then also because it was it has other songs that are in this rendition that are mixed in, such as a song called Master of the House, and literally in it has Hear a Little Touch, and something about doesn't mean much, things like that. Just kind of the way that it was performed, I know it felt like a little bit of a statement, and I really
I fervently believe that it was.
But what I'm hoping is that it was on our side, not it being them thinking that they're the revolution, like that the Make America Great Again is the revolution.
Here's the thing,
because it can go both ways.
I have two thoughts on that.
Okay.
Number one, I don't want to generalize, so I guess I'll kind of stay away from the idea that people that are choosing and performing art probably are thinking more on the left side of things.
Yeah.
At currently where we stand in this country, considering the attacks on the arts. That would be my guess. So
my hope.
I would like to believe that this choir, albeit they are part of the military, this choir chose this song, this performance on purpose. Mm-hmm. My second thing is that if for some ridiculous reason they chose this thinking that the new administration is the revolution for this country and MAGA and all that fucking shit, if they chose it with that in mind and they thought that this song speaks to that, it just further proves the fucking point that they have no idea what they're doing. So either way it makes a statement, because if they really think that they are the revolution.
Oh, yikes. So
coming from this song is sung from off the backs of the working class during the French Revolution, but our current oligarchy that's happening wants to think that they're all the billionaire. No, there's just come on.
So funny enough, I found out about this because of Book Talk. And,
that's funny,
because there's my favorite book series of all time, Throne of Glass. That was so off key. I'm so sorry for anyone wearing headphones.
It was very SpongeBob.
What is that? Oh my gosh! Wait. Outdoors. Then is that what it is? Indoors. Indoors. That's not it, but you know what I mean. Okay, so
yeah, good job.
Thanks. Okay, so oh no, I'm gonna go back in my laughing fit that I was in earlier.
Oh my god.
My favorite book series, Throne of Glass. There is so most of fantasy and dystopian and all that the books that I typically read are very political. It's about a lot of
makes sense.
War and injustices, like racism and
war is
all
political,
of that.
So
yeah,
that makes sense.
Of course.
Yep.
And so that's typically what I'm reading, and we can't ignore that books are political and they make a statement. And one of my favorite scenes, I'll play like a little clip, like this little sound bite, but my favorite, it's in the 4th book, and there is these kingdoms that have been taken over, they have fallen, and they have at the one kingdom that is still standing, at their opera house, they have a orchestra come out, and they are in mourning black, and they sing the songs of all the fallen kingdoms.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna play a clip of the soundbite. It's pretty short, so I get chills. I'm literally getting chills thinking about it.
Wait, is this?
Okay.
This is from
Throne of Glass, the audiobook. Yeah.
Okay, that I was like, did they do I'm confused.
No,
did they do a rendition of this? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That was when they noticed that every musician on the stage was wearing mourning black. That was when they shut up. And when the conductor raised his arms, it was not a symphony that filled the cavernous space. It was the song of Eoway. And the song of Fenharrow and Melisande and Terrasen.
Ryan's crying.
People in those labor camps. And finally, not for pomp or triumph, but to mourn what they had become, they played the song of Otterlin. When the final note finished, the conductor turned to the crowd, the musicians standing with him. As one, they looked to the boxes, to all those jewels bought with the blood of a continent. And without a word, without a bow or another gesture, they walked off the stage.
Okay, and so after that whole orchestra was killed.
Wow.
And it was, I have chills. After that, also people in like labor camps were killed as well. But it just the way that things, just after seeing the statement with music, and then thinking about that, and just life imitates art and everything. And yeah, I was just thinking about that a lot today and the other couple days. So that was my media.
Yeah, I think it's I've been thinking about this a lot, obviously, ever since the new administration came in, because I remember the attacks on the arts the first time, and we knew it was coming again, and like the gutting of the Kennedy Center and just like everything else that comes with it.
Yeah.
I just can't stop thinking about how important art is when it's trying to be censored. And it starts with banning books. It starts with firing a bunch of fucking people out of the Kennedy Center and making that more political. And it starts with like censoring social media. Like there's so much that goes into it. And the more that the attack happens, the more that they try to attack, I should say, the arts, the more important it is to hold on to art and create art and push art and use it for justice and use it to speak up. And we know that as artists. I am so vehemently against anyone who says that politics should be kept out of art. Because if you look back in history,
it started a lot of like statements and sending messages.
Art is so important, and we could probably talk forever about that. And it's just it's so interesting, right? Because in times like this where things are hard and tumultuous and there's so much tension and there's so much division, art becomes so important, right? And so meaningful, and not just like this ambiguous like art isn't important, but it's like you see art and it has a bigger like physical, emotional impact than other times maybe. And so then it's funny when the pendulum swings the other way, and when we're not in such a state of crisis, people are like, art is just like, for fun, and it's frivolous, and it's, it's just like an extra, right? It's not that important. Like when I was going to school and I would tell people, I'll never forget when I was going to college and I told people what my major was, which was theater. And they'd go, oh, So like, what's your backup plan? You know? And it's just like, that's a whole other thing. But it's, the arts are so undervalued when they're not maybe necessary, quote unquote. And even still, when they
take away movies, no more movies, no more TV shows.
And even still, when they are necessary in times like we're in right now, people still don't see the arts as
they don't
like
get it.
a necessary career path, you know? But it's like, art is an important part of society.
Say it.
And a society that doesn't have art is a society that is oppressed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Amen.
a society that is not being allowed to live in a full human experience.
I agree. Without art there is nothing.
And it's just I think it's so important to continue to call that out, because the more that there are fights to take away the power of art and to censor art and to downplay the importance of it, the more important it becomes. And I'll be fucking damned if I sit back and just like, well, politics should be kept out. No, fuck you, dude. Art is politics.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Ugh.
Because art is the expression of the human experience. And when you decide to make human rights political, any art about human rights, any art about humans becomes political.
Yeah.
So I just like, I feel so passionate about it, obviously. And I think it was so cool to see that Governor's Ball performance.
Definitely.
Because, and here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
If we're going to talk about the audience, it fell on deaf fucking ears, right?
Oh,
like,
totally. Yeah.
The people that aren't very, I won't say educated, because it's not necessarily about that, but the people that just completely miss the fucking point.
Or just don't understand the context of it. You know,
are like, oh, what a great song.
Good job. You guys did.
That was so beautiful. And it was like, actually, it was a fucking statement against what the fuck you're trying to do with the country. But sure, you know, enjoy your champagne. I don't know what to say. And I'll get off my soapbox, but I just, that shit's cool. And honestly, that shit is what keeps me sane and what will continue to keep us afloat during whatever the fuck happens the next few years. So,
totally.
If you are someone that creates art, if you're listening,
you.
No matter like how small the scale is, no matter how often, maybe, if you consider yourself a creative in any regard, please lean into that.
Definitely.
Lean into it for yourself, lean into it for your community, lean into it for the greater good of humanity.
It's a valid
at this
plan
point
and path. And don't let people talk
even
you
that,
out of
but
it.
like even if art isn't the thing that you want to be your like income, you know, like your day job, to whatever capacity that you engage in art, please keep doing that. Keep creating.
Go see a play.
Consuming art. Like it cannot be overstated, the importance of it, especially in times like right now. So again, I will get off my soapbox about it, but
when I find myself in times of trouble. That was pretty good. I think so. Mother Mary, come to me. We can keep it.
No, keep going, please.
Singing words of wisdom, let it be. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Insert studio applause.
Oh my God.
That was the arts. You're welcome. Just a taste.
What was the point? The point to the camera. Ryan.
Dude,
you're fired.
There's something about my giggle today.
Okay, well,
gumption is
that was just media of the day. So
wow, yeah.
Why don't we? Oh, I have a story.
Oh yeah, please.
I have a story. Oh my God, where do we even begin? Where do we even begin? Okay, folks, strap in for this one.
Oh,
that was aggressive.
Strap on your giggle dick. Let's go. That's right. Get in, bitch. We're storytelling. I don't know where it came from either.
I don't know where any of that. It was like you were possessed by a spirit. I'm just going to go ahead and tell the story now, if that's all right with you, Ryan.
I'll think about it. No, yeah, we're good.
Okay. So we're going to see how short I can keep this, but Lord knows that's probably not going to work that well. But over the weekend, Saturday evening, picture this with me.
Okay.
I get a call from my boyfriend, Ken. This is the Ken that I reference sometimes.
I was getting in.
Do
you want me to act it out?
No, I think we're good.
I was trying to give them a visual.
I'll just tell.
Okay. No, go ahead. No, right.
No, right. So Ken calls me Saturday evening. I'm about to leave the house to go meet our friends.
Okay.
He tells me that his car's been stolen.
Oh, what?
And I went. No, hold on. What do you mean? He's like, it's not in the driveway. I have my keys. And so obviously the natural thing is like, we're both racking our brains. I'm like, okay, did you maybe park it down the street and you forgot? Did you park it at your mom's and you walked back to your house? Like what?
Yeah.
There has to be something we're missing because there's no fucking way that your car got stolen.
I know.
Nope. Sure enough.
Wait, what?
The car was not there.
Oh,
not in his possession.
But was it parked somewhere? Like,
no.
Where did it get?
So, he talks to the police. They come out to see him. He files a police report, yada, yada. They basically tell him, it's a 50-50 chance it ends up in Mexico, right? Like, we're so close to the border. That happens. They were like, but good news is if it does, we'll know because we'll catch it on camera and we'll see the license plate and confirm that, it's gone down there, whatever. But, they were going to keep him up to date. They would keep an eye out for it. Obviously, there's an official thing out there. So any sort of license plate recognition stuff, his car should be flagged if they see it somewhere. So it was not funny at first. Okay, you guys, obviously this was not a funny ha-ha story at first.
Funny, weird.
It was awful. But Ken has a very good sense of humor. And he gets that from his parents, thank God. And so by the time that I went and picked him up that night, which was a couple hours after this transpired, he's in a little bit of a better space, right? And so we go talk to his mom about it for a little bit, and it just there's game plans and there's backup plans, and we've thought about all the things that we need to, and so we come back to my house and we just relax for the night, whatever, we go to bed. We wake up at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, no.
Because someone is calling him. He answers the phone. It's police dispatch.
Oh, God.
They've found the car.
Okay.
It was crashed.
Oh.
And as they said, quote unquote, destroyed.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I'm half awake,
right.
And I go, the car was destroyed.
What do you mean?
The car was what do you mean? I know Jennifer
Are they
Lawrence
okay?
meme. What do you mean? What do you mean? And so she gives him very, very brief information. It's not the police. It's just the person on dispatch. She's like, the police are with it right now. They're going to get it towed. They'll call you and give you more information, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he stays awake for a little bit because they're supposed to call. They don't. We both go back to sleep, whatever. Mind you, we're laughing. It's 3:30 in the morning and we were just awoken by the police telling him that his car was found but it's been destroyed.
Oh,
so
my
now
God.
There's Ken is joking about being a victim and and not only the car was stolen and destroyed. It just,
oh my gosh,
it maybe doesn't sound that funny, but to us, it's just, we could not stop laughing about it because it's just the most absurd. You just don't think it's going to happen to you. And I know that anyone that stuff happens to, they say the exact same thing, but it just doesn't, you can't comprehend it. So we go back to sleep, whatever. We're kind of waiting around the next morning, wondering if the police are going to call, if he needs to go to the tow site, blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of seeing what we need to do. And we're trying to figure out hour by hour, what happens now,
Oh my gosh.
And so this is Sunday at this point. So I drop him at home. I go see my family. He calls me a few hours later and he's like, you'll never believe. He was allegedly, there were 2 minors that were arrested once the car crashed.
Oh,
There was a
my God.
chase involved.
A chase? Oh my God. Wait,
The
stop.
police allegedly chased these teenagers around San Diego in the middle of the night before we get the 3:30 a.m. call, obviously, because that's when the chase ended because they crashed the car,
Okay.
allegedly.
Oh my gosh.
And so we're getting very few details at this point, but it is now turned into, not only is it Grand Theft Auto, which is just fucking crazy to say.
You
but
get
it
this
is
real Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
That's it. That's the tweet. But it's apparently these couple of kids. They're apparently going to go to juvie for it if they're convicted. Like all of, like, just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And again, we're just
What?
sitting there laughing.
There was
like,
just a joyride for
what
funsies?
on earth?
I need
like,
to know the
what
thought process.
the fuck? So that's Sunday, right? So we
I wonder if
find
it was
this
like
out.
a gang initiation. No? Is that
I
how
mean,
that
I
works?
guess maybe. I don't know.
Who just takes a random car just to drive around and go on a police chase?
couple of dumb kids?
They
maybe.
had to have
I don't
done
know.
something.
I don't know.
They committed a crime.
That is a crime.
Oh, well, I meant like with the car.
Stealing a car is a crime.
No, I know that, but like with the car, like I think
Should they be convicted? But like they were arrested out of the car. Anyways.
No,
So-
like did they do something to
Yeah,
get caught other than like be in a stolen car?
What do you mean other than?
Like
They
okay,
stole a vehicle.
no, I
Ryan.
understand, but like a lot of people steal vehicles to commit bigger crimes, so then it's not
Sure,
traced to them.
but this is like a couple of minors that
I know, but I wanted.
went on a fucking joyride around San Diego and only got caught because they crashed
The
the
guy had a
car.
restraining order. He did that and then did armed robbery and then got hit by a train.
Okay, well, we don't all have
Trolley.
to boss out when we commit crimes.
Well, if
We
they're
can
gonna
commit
do it, they
just
should've done
one
it better.
crime.
Ah.
Anyways, so that was Sunday. Then yesterday, I had a moment where I was like, would this be like on the news? Like, I don't, like, it doesn't seem like that big of a story. So, like, nah, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But then last night, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to Google it. Like, you never know, like, what's going to come up.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. There it is. Picture of Ken's car.
Oh, a star.
On CBS 8.
Oh my god.
He's famous, baby. And obviously, like, you can't see the license plate. You can't really see anything. It's like a picture of, like, the side of the car, and you see a couple cops in front of it. And that's really, it's like a picture taken, obviously, in the middle of the fucking night. So, like, it's not a great quality picture, but I was like, that's definitely the make and model.
You're gonna be a star, baby.
And so what I did to confirm was I zoomed into the air freshener. Because you could see from the front, and I went, yep, that's the one. That's the one.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's the car.
That's so crazy.
And I sent it to Ken,
that just doesn't
and
feel
he
real.
called me when he saw it, and we were on the phone laughing for like 10 minutes straight.
It's so
Because
crazy.
it's just so absurd.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's my little car.
I want to, like, if someone were to do that to my car, I would be so excited because of my bumper stickers. I just think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. And it was weirdly like almost, and it's not even my car, but it was almost embarrassing. I was like, oh, like that's Ken's car, like on a news art. Like, what the fuck? So apparently, also more details discovered via this report.
Ah, yes.
of
Breaking news.
The article. Yeah. It was apparently 3 people in the car.
Oh.
One of the people has a previous record. Apparently, all 3 of them were arrested. One of them was maybe released to the parents. This is all public, like,
This is
information.
public knowledge.
I have no details or secrets to
Case
share.
is ongoing.
You can Google it and find the article.
Yeah.
But
Oh, my hip.
yeah, so there's a whole bunch of other shit that has transpired. Obviously, like, insurance is involved. They're trying to figure out how much damage there is to the car. Is it totaled? Is it not? Is it worth fixing? Blah, blah, like all these things. And it's just fucking crazy. But
That's
yeah, so
so
apparently they, somewhere in El Cajon, there was like a license plate like recognition thing that went off and triggered at like 1:30 in the morning or something Sunday morning. So like 2 hours before we get that phone call, right? So apparently that happens. The police go and try to do like a routine like traffic stop to check it out, and whoever's driving it flees. So
Oh my god.
that's when the chase starts.
Runner.
And the high speed chase lasted for like an hour.
That is so sick.
And maybe like longer than an hour, depending on the timing.
We need the body cam.
So apparently, as well, according to this article, it was so high speed at some point, and I don't know if I believe this because it was a Hyundai Elantra, you know, like it's a sedan. It's not like a fucking Porsche. But anyways, it's a Hyundai. So apparently, it was like such a high speed chase at one point that whatever cops were chasing in the car, in a cop car, called it off, and like the helicopter continued to follow the stolen vehicle. This is just like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They really did GTA. They
yeah,
really be out
and
here.
so apparently the helicopter kept up tracking this car, and eventually they, I don't know, lost control of the car, something, and crashed it.
Oh man.
And that's when the police showed up. The 2 passengers tried to flee. They got tracked down by the helicopter. The driver couldn't get out on the driver's side, I guess, for some reason. Tried to go at the passenger, tried to flee, and
crazy.
got caught by the police on foot there. And all 3 of them got arrested and blah, blah, blah. And,
Jeez.
you know, there will be a hearing and they will maybe get convicted. This is all, you know, like nothing's official yet, but this is just what's happened.
I'm baffled. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking crazy, right?
It's just like,
it's
you
like
can't make
a
that
whole
shit up.
thing too.
Yeah.
And again, I will say allegedly, like no one's been convicted. But people were arrested. People were seen fleeing a car that was stolen. Like
no,
I you know,
me.
I won't interrupt due process of the law. But,
right.
that's
wow.
What our last few days has been.
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah, I mean,
shit.
not as exciting as you, but
I don't know that anyone wants that kind of excitement. To be honest with you,
there's a level of exciting that I can handle right now, and I don't think it's that in my life. Like it's just enough where I'm like removed enough where I'm like, oh okay. So this weekend, I saw a play.
Oh yeah, you saw that was the same night.
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, you saw a play. Ken's car was being stolen. Isn't that fun?
Wow.
You
You just never know what someone else is going through.
I hated that. Wow. Oh my god.
Okay. Well.
Okay, what was the play?
It was called Hair in My Nose. That's not the name of the play. Give me a sec. Okay.
Looks like a mouse.
Okay. I don't know whose hair, if it's my hair, your dog's hair, my dog's hair. He, she, we, wombo. The study of
wombology.
It's first grade SpongeBob. Okay. It's called Here we go. It is called that's not right. I started reading the wrong thing too early. I got excited.
One job. You had one job.
What
was it called?
6 characters in search or in need of an author.
I feel like I've heard of the show, but I don't think I've seen it or read it, to be honest.
So I'll give you a little snippet. This is from the dramaturge. Turge or Turg?
Dramaturge.
Thank you.
Dramaturge.
I don't know.
Now you have me second guessing.
Because it's like, wait.
Dramaturge.
That feels like
dramaturge. Dramaturge. Anyways.
Look, a strawberry. Oh, look, a strawberry. Have you seen that? Okay, never mind. I don't know why.
No, I live under a rock, Ryan.
But do you know it?
Can you read? Yeah. Can you read the thing on your phone?
I don't know anymore. Maybe I can't.
Please.
Can you know? Can I? Okay. Wow, I'm really sorry for that. That was really aggressive. Ew, I didn't like that. Oh no. I got this. Hey, you. Watch out. I'm coming for you.
What? Why? Just read it. God.
The first. Hold on. Yeah, I need glasses. Hold on. Hey, chill out. Hey, you over there? Calm down. Okay, basically, the first time that it was produced was in Rome of 1921, and it led to a riot in the theater. Playwright Luigi...
1921?
Correct.
1921?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
I know, right? I also was like...
Right? Sorry. Yeah! Whoa!
I was surprised how... I can't get
What is going on over there?
I can't get the hair out of my nose.
Deal with it.
Okay, well, if it was in your...
Lock in!
Okay.
Go, read, go.
You're making it worse.
Oh, it's my fault.
So basically, the playwright, he had to leave through a side entrance to avoid aggravated audience. As it caught on, however, the play's success elevated his name as one of Italy's most important writers. Why did audience have this reaction? Theater goers at the time might have come across artistic movements that explored different representations of reality, such as futurism, surrealism, teatro grotesco. There we go. Ooh, okay. Nevertheless, the theatrical norm at the time was realism. So basically, this whole play is very meta. It was adapted by this director at SDSU, and it was part of his thesis of adapting this play from its original to this more like modernized version. And now,
but when was his thesis? Like, how long
20
ago did he
years
do
ago.
Okay.
No, so like not too long ago either. So basically, it's set up.
What's the like the plot of the play? Like, what's the premise?
That's the whole freaking issue. Is literally, I need to set the stage. So basically, I walk up and I'm by myself. So this is my first time ever going to a play by myself.
Oh, really?
Also, yes.
Okay.
So I was already like kind of excited to lock in, have this experience, like solely just like enjoy the art and get into it. So I go over, and there's two options that you can do. You can either have a wristband where you can sit on the stage with the actors and they interact with you, or you can get a little like MP3 player where it's hooked up to only one of the actors' mics. Only one actor has a mic. And it's like, then you just hear his side comments and his side like little things that are going on through your ear.
What the
And you can pick either. It's set up
Those are the only two options.
Or sit normally.
Oh, okay.
Or just be chill.
So you can opt out of the special experience.
Yeah, you can opt out of the special. But I was like, I'm here by myself.
Yeah.
But I wasn't feeling too like interaction.
What's the point of? Oh, you'll get to it.
I'm getting there. Okay. I'm getting there. I got you.
Getting ahead of myself.
So it's in a black box, which if you don't know, a black box is just like literally a black room, and you can
it's flexible.
Make the stage however.
Yep.
So there's risers on three sides.
Okay.
And on the floor is where there is set up a bunch of chairs, and what happens is you're sitting there, and all of a sudden actors just kind of start like walking around, and it's supposed to be like you're in the middle of their rehearsal, but it's so weird if you're not the people sitting on the stage, or like sitting like in those chairs on the floor. If you're just watching it wasn't natural. It felt forced in this weird way where you don't know, do I turn my phone off? Is it starting? Is this their overture? What is this? Like, how much am I supposed to be paying attention to what's going on right now?
Why do you think it felt so unclear?
It didn't have a clear start until they finally did like rehearsal starting. Now, if you can silence they did the land acknowledgement that they always do. And then they also did, please turn off your cell phones, because it's like whatever the rehearsal. It felt weird. I think it was the acting.
Do you think it was intentional? That they make it
to
this
make
like
us uncomfortable?
weird, ambiguous start. Like we don't know whether we should be paying attention yet.
I think that it was supposed to feel like you're a fly on the wall of a rehearsal space.
Yeah.
And it just, the audience wasn't for it. Like I got what they were doing. I didn't love it. I didn't love the acting choices.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the directing.
Okay.
And the audience that was around me, a bunch of idiots.
Just wasn't.
They're
wasn't
just like,
the right.
what is that? What's going on? This is so weird. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, shut the fuck. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
It was taking me out.
Not the right audience, maybe.
And
cool. Very briefly. You said that they do a land acknowledgement before every show.
oh yeah, SDSU does land acknowledgement before every show. As well as it's part of like our syllabus. For classes, we always have it.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Yeah, so we
'Cause
always
we're
start
on
the
Kumeyaay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love
That's
that.
like the bare minimum, but that's great that they do that.
No, totally. I agree.
And I don't say that to shit on them.
but like
saying
to
like
bring this is the only
I'm really glad that
establishment.
that's like a standard that SDSU follows. That's cool.
I'd rather have a land acknowledgement than the Pledge of Allegiance. To be so for real.
Well, yeah.
So it's like
We pledge allegiance to the flag of stolen land.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
no, that's cool. Anyways, okay,
So-
so maybe just not the right audience.
Not the right audience and
Weird acting choices.
Yeah, but then
Or just
I'm
like not strong
so
acting
it's
choices.
giving Spelling Bee. You've seen Spelling Bee?
Parts of it.
Okay,
I
it's
haven't seen
just
the whole
like
thing.
when people are trying so hard to be normal, it doesn't feel normal. Does that make sense? It's so performative of them like trying to ad lib. It just fell flat to me. I was just out of it. And then all of a sudden the 6 characters pop up. Like they're
Okay.
like ghosts, basically. And what they do is there's like
How
this
big is the
blackout.
cast?
Massive.
This is so.
There's
can't
probably
wrap
like
my head around
there's
this.
probably like 18 people in the cast
Oh.
that are like on stage at once. Because
Oh,
most of the
God.
cast is sitting down because they're the actors they're the actors, and they're sitting down with like audience members down here, and their rehearsal gets interrupted by characters. These 6
Okay.
characters who need their story to be told,
Okay.
but they want to tell their stories because it's them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this whole. And they're like talking with the director and the
Okay.
stage manager.
It sounds like a really fun show. Like it sounds like it could be
puppets were there.
What?
Puppets and Greek masks. Okay, I will say this. I loved the masks because they're characters, and because they're a character, it's a stock character.
No.
And using a mask was perfect. It's the fucking puppets.
Absolutely. It's the combination of puppets and like.
And
If
if the
we're-
director said he likes using puppets. He
Okay,
said that
well,
in his
here's
thing.
the thing. Keep it to yourself. Also,
Better than having kids on stage because they played children.
my thing. I'm not against puppets. I think, didn't you say, maybe this was just, you texted this to me, that it was like modernized?
The actors were modernized, but then the characters were 1920s.
Oh, see, that's what I don't
Like they were 1920s Italy.
That's what I don't think that makes sense.
It felt odd because there was like but there was like this weird cultural divide, I feel like, because they had this dramatic thing play out. And what was cool, it was very meta of the artist and about this character comes alive and it's its own entity, and discussing
Sure.
the character and how the character lives on past the page. They don't think about who wrote it, but they think about the character and how characters are what's that word? How like they're just like always like living on and stuff, and immortal. Thank you. Me? Wow. How they're immortal. And I think I like kind of teared up a little bit about that. Like I enjoy
Yeah, it's a cool message.
the subject matter.
Right.
And I think it's a really cool play. It just was off. And also, one of the actors, I happened to be sitting next to their family. That was the one I hated. I hated him. I hated them. I hated them. There was just, they had to laugh on stage. I didn't hate them. It was just, the fake laughs are hard to do.
Yeah.
I will give him that. And they had to do it a lot. And that was a main part of the
God, I
character,
hate
is that
that.
they kept laughing and interrupting.
Oh, I don't like that.
So to be fair,
Yeah.
very hard.
It just sounds like some of the.
But I got cornered by her grandpa in the bathroom.
Oh, that's. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a personal story.
He's like, that's my granddaughter. Did you like the play? And he's like, I've seen it twice. And I go, that's really cool. He waited for me to like get out of the bathroom to talk to me. Because he went in, he was leaving and I went in. And then he waited at the sinks and stared at me through the mirror and goes, how are you liking it? And I'm like, I want to leave.
You made me uncomfortable.
I don't want to be here.
It sounds, just based off of the things that you did share, it just sounds like there was like a muddled combination of choices that just like didn't work.
It was too ambitious of a piece for
okay.
I would say for the audience and for some of the cast. I will say some did really well. But I just don't think that was the place it needed to be at. I feel like this could have been the Globe, and it would have like just the energy and the mindset of someone going into something like this. Yes, it's cool to like have exposure to these plays. Like someone would probably, I would have never seen it.
Yeah.
Like, and so like for that, it's awesome. And I'm really happy that they did do it at SDSU. The only thing is that you have to kind of
not going to get the right audience.
You're not going to get the right audience. Maybe I'd go again and sit
which is
on
obviously
the floor.
part of the, like, you want to try to push your audience a little bit to consider things that they wouldn't normally, but
I think I'd sit they use the
but
space beautifully. They use every part of
that's cool. I like
the space.
It just it does sound though that like maybe part of it was just like the choices weren't clicking.
I was confused.
Yeah,
and I'm normally not confused.
Means, that means that some of the director choices were not clear enough.
And I was really bummed because the source material,
it happens.
I was like, ooh, I like this. This is good. And I lock in and I go, okay, you're losing me. It's a lot of monologues and it's a lot of just like.
It sounds like maybe, and I see this like, feel like in my experience seeing shows that are like older, and especially if there are shows where, like, to your point, if the material is more complex, sometimes honestly the best idea is just to not make any crazy choices and to just let the material speak for itself. Because if 100%. you add some like well, I want a totally fresh new spin, which first of all there never is, nothing is new under the sun, but beside the point, like sometimes the material just is making enough of its own choice on its own, and you don't need to add more things in it because it can just muddy the whole purpose.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's, it's a learning process. Like, no one is perfect, but that's just what I've seen sometimes is like, sometimes just leave it as is because it's already like,
that's why people
your
some
actors,
Shakespeare,
your
honestly.
and that's what I mean. Like, that's a lot of that sometimes comes down to people like trying to make it this crazy new thing. And like,
let it be.
If you have a great cast and you're doing such like a heavier piece or like something that is just more complex and like takes more thinking because it's not something that we hear every day. Like sometimes that stuff is just powerful enough on its own and you don't need to make these like crazy
100%.
Like world of the play choices to make it different. Like,
I so agree. Like, I'm such a purist sometimes when it comes to like Shakespeare or like older shows, because as much as like, look, I do enjoy like, the Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet, like fun and like different, like plus Juliet, like adding music or stuff. I saw Romeo and Juliet with Jeff Buckley music and it was amazing at the Old Globe, but they still kept, period piece costumes, set design, like still very similar. All they did was just add the music, and that's fine with me. There's just sometimes where I'm like, okay, we don't need to make it now we're all 1920s gangsters. That's what West Side Story is for. Like, we don't need to make it this completely different thing. Yeah, I don't know. But
it's good. I haven't seen a play in a little while. I'd like to go again
soon.
Come
see Hamlet.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll give you a quick little because the director is my theater teacher.
Oh, cool.
And in Hamlet, each scene he's very different and like has like because his mind's in turmoil and kind of is going through these different phases and fluctuations of mood and everything and ideas. So in each scene, she has a different actor playing Hamlet.
Oh.
To make it different.
Boo.
I'm excited.
I'm very intrigued.
I'm intrigued.
Very intrigued.
But you should see it with me.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
Okay, cool.
Wow. Okay, very intrigued.
Yeah. She was saying that and I go, ooh, I love that.
All right.
I trust her.
And you know what? Like, make strong choices. Sometimes they don't work, but, you know, art is there to play with. So
yeah,
why not?
She seems like she's. Oh, uh-oh.
She sells seashells.
Oh, in the book that I'm reading, she has a stutter.
Okay.
I forgot I didn't say that on the podcast.
Okay.
It's fine. So anyway, no. She seems like the director seems like she'd be like a hard ass in a good way as a director. Like she knows she's very like she knows what she wants.
That.
And I feel like she'd get really good results from people.
Cool.
So I'm excited.
Well, I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Anyway, go see the arts, guys. Contribute to the wait. Sorry.
See the arts. Be the arts. Do the arts.
Be the arts.
Be the arts.
He, she, we arts.
No. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment,
follow,
share,
email.
Yeah.
Tell your friends.
Please tell your friends.
Shit watch. That was.
Uh-oh. Repost.
I combined shit post and hate watch.
Well,
anyways,
we'll see you guys next week.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.